The first question is for Catherine. Catherine, what are the different types of speech evaluation that you consider effective for a Toastmaster speech?
Thank you, Ola. The first evaluation portion that I want to talk about is a sandwich method where you give someone a positive note on what they've done, and then you give just a little bit of feedback on what they could do better. And then finally, of course, you always end with a positive in order to be encouraging and supportive. I'm going to talk just a moment about what it feels like to be on the receiving end of a bad evaluation. And I consider those anything that are more negative than positive. I observed one time whenever an evaluation was done by a very experienced Toastmaster for a baby Toastmaster, the person that's just joined Toastmasters. And in the midst of it, the evaluation was so harsh. The man got tears in his eyes. That's not what we're here for. We're here to support each individual as they grow in their own personal journey. One of the most important things I think that I have learned is how to give positive feedback. But even I can get wrapped up in with a friend saying something along the lines of, "Oh wow, that was wrong, and you should have done this, and you shoulda." And I forget in life to bring this skill set with me wherever I go. Whenever you learn to evaluate people in a positive way where they can hear it, because when someone says too many negatives, we're human beings and we shut down. Give someone positive feedback where they can receive it, grow from it, and then give them a little bit more next time. An evaluation, you should walk away from going, "Oh my gosh, I did it, and I can do it again," with a lot of joy and excitement in your voice. Thank you, Ola.
Thank you very much, Catherine, for that. Anthony, I'm going to ask you the same question. What are the different types of speech evaluation that you consider effective for a Toastmaster speech?
There is a structure that I created after evaluating thousands of speeches. And this structure has held well for me to be able to help others to improve their speaking skills. And this is in the following format: content, delivery, and connection. Content I've often found to be king. You can give the most hyped up speech, but if it doesn't have good content, it means nothing to the audience. And people do not want to just be all energized and excited without taking something valuable away. Therefore, it is important for me when I'm evaluating a speaker to look at the content of the speech. And then, as valuable as the content is, if it's not delivered in a way that moves the other person, if it doesn't energize, if it doesn't speak with clarity, with boldness, with confidence, if it does not connect eye to eye, heart to heart with that person, the delivery can cause the great content to fall down. And I noticed this in many executives who were presenting before the board, investor boards, and they could have fantastic numbers. And they are coming up and telling them about how great the last quarter was, but afterwards their stock dives. Why? Because they delivered in a way that was unbelievable. They delivered in a way as if though it was just blah, blah news. They didn't really believe it. As a result, the investor community didn't believe it and they walked away. So it's very important for everyone when they're speaking, I look for that, say, how are you delivering your content? And then most importantly, this cannot be just a great tactical skill. Most importantly, we have to move from our thoughts to our heart. And I look for where that person is connecting to the heart of the audience. Connection is so important. I could have a person have okay content, delivery be okay, but they could move the heart of someone. And if they move them, it doesn't matter. It's just that person is transformed. And I love it when somebody is giving a speech and they just move me or they move someone else and I can share that with someone. And I really pay attention deeply to this and try to improve on this as I'm helping a speaker to say, let's build this out. Content, delivery, and connection is my favorite framework. And I want to piggyback on what Kathy's shared, which is truly important. And that is when I give an evaluation to someone, I look to see where they're at. If they've been in Toastmasters for 5 years, I might be a little tougher on them, but I'll prepare them beforehand. I'll say, do you want me to be tougher? Are you ready for it? And even when I am, and I'm giving them tough, all that means I'm going to give them 2, 3 positives, and I'll give them maybe 2 or 3 improvement points. I won't just say, let me just tell you all the bad stuff you did, because no one can take that. And it's very important for us to always find some way to encourage the person. Even if they are professional speakers, I promise you, we have great professional speakers. Kathy, myself, we go out, we speak to audiences of thousands. And I can tell you that if someone comes to me afterwards and tries to crush me, and if I get crushed left and right, I will have a hard time bouncing back from that. Unless I learn to ignore that person, I don't trust that person, I don't give him credibility. Everyone at all levels, no matter how good a speaker they are, or if they're a brand new person, they need encouragement. Therefore, it is so important for us when we're evaluating others to find a way to encourage that person. Even if you give what it seems like the worst evaluation, if you're encouraging that person to just improve a little bit, you've done a great thing. If you've pat them on the back and said, here's where you did right, turn off that inner voice that tells you what you've done wrong. Turn on the voice that I'm giving you now and meditate on this. Take it into your heart, because I want to encourage you. Here's what you did right. And that's why I love this framework that I use. But I deeply appreciate what Kathy shared.